Oh, you. Come on. Buck beak. Here he comes. Give me back.
Emus are lucky. Wild birds tend to avoid 6-foot dinosaur-looking creatures. My other feathered friends? Not so lucky. Whether you say bird flu, chicken flu, or highly pathogenic avian influenza, or that scary acronym thing, HPAI, it kills birds that catch it, and according to the Department of Agriculture mailing, it's here. But I already knew that. My Orpington chicken order was canceled by Murray McMurray because of it too. And in this video, I will share 7 things we have done and are doing to help us get through this year's bird flu. But first, here are updates from Bunkie and KayKay.
Bucky, sweetie.
Vineyard Chicks, music, homesteading, and more.
He's a good boy. Yeah, this is my buddy.
Okay, I'm back. Did you miss me? So here I'm at my indoor kitchen and garden, and if you've noticed, my garden has moved, and that's because of Trie's incubator. And Trie will be talking about this later in the video. But anyway, I've started a new ginger plant. This is a store-bought, and I might do a video of this for Miss Lori. Here I have my parsley, and the parsley is looking good. And this bird I got from Miss Sandy. So I hung it on my garden just for a reminder of her and her fused glass artwork. Check that out. And I also have my shirt from her. But now, let's go downstairs. Okay, so now I'm in the chamber of seed starts. And here is my fennel. My fennel is looking so good, and I do my fennel exactly how I do my carrots. My carrots, I just start indoors like I did right here, and then later I transplant them outdoors. Here are my hardy plants, and I got onions, broccoli, cabbage, even more cabbage right back here, some basil and some lettuce. Here I got some parsley, lots of onions, marigolds, snow peas, more onions. Here I have more basil too. And here I got celery, peppers, tomatoes, and yeah, but here I have coneflowers. You also can know them as echinacea flowers. And Mr. Mark last year, he challenged me to do lavender. So I asked my grandpa, and he said put them in the freezer. And it actually worked. So what I did here is I put them in the freezer, and if I start seeing seed tails soon, I'll not put them back in the freezer. I'll plant them. But if I don't, I have to put them back in the freezer.
So, update on the goat area, we have new babies. He's a big one, look at him. Hi. Look at this guy. Oh, cutie. Look at that.
She's cute.
They're all he.
He's cute. Oh, you're cutie. I love his head. His head
He looks like Bombi.
You feel left out. You didn't eat her shoe. Hey. I love their little tails when they're born.
I love how they wag their tails.
We've had 5 so far, and all of them are boys. So, we really are on a roll.
Hey, Keely.
All 5 of them seem like they're doing well. We have them in our boy pen so that we can keep them separate from the cows and everyone else until they're a little bit bigger. Hey, you. Look at this guy. These are so cute.
So that's my update. Make sure to watch for our Mother's Day song coming out on Saturday. And now here's Trie with her 7 tips on how to prevent bird flu.
So over in the chicken coop, we put up a gray tarp here to
keep the bird poop that falls when birds are carelessly flying about, because they don't really care where it lands, to keep the poop from landing on the chicken ground. But even though we have it here, when it rains, it's just gonna roll it right onto the ground. So the chicken coop still needs a lot of work. We're not allowing our chickens to free range anymore, so they're staying in here. Unfortunately, my rooster, I don't know where he is. Hagrid, he doesn't really care about boundaries, so whenever he feels like it, yeah, he knows we're talking about him. Whenever he feels like it, he's going to jump a fence. Like, he doesn't even care if it's a 6-foot fence. He will just like hop over it with like a mega Hulk jump, and he's just over the fence, even if we clip his wings as short as we can. So the chicken coop still needs a lot of work. I need to figure out how to keep Hagrid out of here. I need to work with this tarp to make sure we don't get any any other bird poop in my chicken pen, because I really don't want my chickens to get bird flu. Now, the ducks are a part of our vineyard. So that we don't have to pay for pesticides, we have ducks to go out there and forage for bugs, insects, and it is tick season. I had a tick on my arm, and I don't do good when I get tick bites, so we need to have our ducks out there. Look, they're right there, along with the turkey, yeah. But we need to have our ducks out in the vineyard. That's not optional. So they go out there and they have like zero protection from other birds that come in here, and other birds are always in our vineyard. The best thing that we can do to keep them away from the chickens is to, well, keep them away from the chickens. The chickens don't free range anymore. The ducks are kept separate from the chickens, and we have the posts in for it. We're going to be installing a new fence for the ducks, so that they don't even have to go by the chicken coop. They'll just like come out right here, or right there, I'm not sure yet, but they'll just go straight out into the vineyard, and they won't even have to walk by the chicken coop, just to keep our chickens safe from the bird flu. So that's what we're doing for the ducks. If our ducks do get infected by this flu, which I'm really hoping they don't, because I love my ducks, if they do, we have duck eggs in our incubator, which has been doing really well. We haven't gotten any ducks yet, but we've hatched a lot of chicks. So that's been doing really well, and I'm really hoping that we'll be able to get some ducks out of there, some ducklings. But if that doesn't work, which hopefully it will, and probably it will, because it's been working well for the other stuff. If that doesn't work, in here, there's some muscovy nests. They're kind of a little bit messy right now. And there's this turkey here who, she's a midget white, and under her, can you move, sweetie? Underneath her, oh, there we go, are some turkey eggs from her and some duck eggs that she adopted. See that spotted one there? That's a turkey egg, and then the rest are duck eggs. So she hasn't laid many of her eggs, but she is laying on duck eggs. Over here we have our incubators where we hatch our eggs, and this one here in the corner is our older incubator. And we recently set this one up, so we're not expecting any eggs for at least a couple weeks. But this one keeps the temperature at a good spot. We do have to keep a cup of water and squirt the eggs with a squirt gun just to keep the humidity up in this one, but it is still a good incubator. It says on here what the temperature is and the humidity, so we can check this whenever we need to. This one is our brand new incubator. It's a Barodo 24 reel. And we really, really like this one. So it says right there what the temperature is at. And it has an automatic turner and a humidity pump, which is super helpful. This is our first time having a humidity pump, and it tells us what the humidity is. It just has a straw in this little cup. We have to keep this cup full of water, but it will keep the humidity in here at around 40, which is where we want it. We've hatched, I think, 10 chicks out of here, our lavender splashes, which are really, really cool. We're really happy with
with how this is turning out. We got this from Premier One, and overall it is a really great product. So I'm here in the mudroom now, and this is where we keep the chicks that we hatch out of our incubator before they're ready to go out in the garage, because even though there's a heat lamp in there, these guys aren't quite adjusted to that kind of temperature. And I'm soft, so I don't want to put them out there. Where's the little... This guy here, this guy's my favorite. Don't jump. This guy's my favorite. He's got a reddish orange face. Don't do that. He jumped. He's got a reddish orange face, like a mask, and then he's got a blackish gray back and top of his head, and then he's got like gray speckled wings. And these are what I call the Orpington splashes, because they just have like splashes of color, and it's super cool. Now, the splashes have different mixes of color. Sometimes they're more on the buff side, but with a bit of orange, like this guy. Sometimes they're more on the all the way buff. This guy's almost completely yellow. Sometimes they're more black, like this little guy that was hatched a couple days ago. But the cool thing is that almost all of them have the silver belly, and their wings have that cool speckled design. And I'm magically in the garage because, I don't know. So these are our baby areas. We just got literally 2 troughs from Tractor Supply, and I put shavings in them, heat lamp, and it works great for the little chicks. In here, these are the guineas. The guineas are absolutely adorable. They tipped over their food again. They're not too bright, but they're cute. They are adorable. I absolutely love these guys. They have turkey-like eyes, stripes on the back of their heads that looks like emus. And we gotta keep these closed so that they don't hop out. Same for the chickies. Sorry. These are our red broilers. They have gotten so big, and all of them are getting their feathers now. Now, I mentioned earlier about a community nest, and that probably doesn't make... I got really tall. That probably doesn't make much sense when I just say it like that, but here are 2 of my ducks. See, there's that runner duck, and there's that Muscovy. And they are laying on turkey eggs, runner duck eggs, and Muscovy eggs, all in one huge nest. And when they're not here, there is either a Narragansett or a midget white sitting on it.